I'm so excited to share with you the creation of this painting. I call it Quiet Calculations. It is an abstract acrylic with some mixed media. So let's jump right into it. I hope you enjoy it. I sure enjoyed creating it for you. Hello, I'm playing with a canvas, completely white canvas that keeps it in focus here. And I have added a layer of titanium white just to give it more of a color on the top. Not color, but a layer on top. Actually, there was a underpainting here that had kind of got started, and I basically am starting over. And I want to add, there was a painting I did a while back called My Messy Homework, and I really enjoyed it. It had like math type inscriptions on it and lettering, and I really enjoyed it. So I had it in like blues with some grays, but I'm going to go with kind of like a brown gray. I've already mixed up some color here, and this is getting near. What this is, it's some neutral gray. This is a golden, a tad of the carbon black, and then some titanium white. And I actually want to lighten this up even a little bit more. Let me get a larger brush. I'm just getting a very flat but larger brush. I'm going to dip it in some titanium white, and I'm going to lighten this up. Excuse me. Yeah, that's the color I want. We add some water to that. So that is what I'm going to use on the base of this. So I'm going to put that to the side while I add this. Let me put some white on here. Water, I mean. Remember, when I paint, my talking brain struggles a little bit more. So I'm going to grab You've seen me use shop towel, blue shop towel. Here's some shop towel that's pretty well almost to the end. Instead of throwing it away, I still want to use the last bits of this shop towel. So let's pull it off. I'm just ripping it off to get some of that, and I'm just going to use it. Like I said, I like having the unevenness. I don't want it to look like it's a perfect canvas, so I'm really liking that. And I think what I'm going to put at the bottom is a much just white. Let me put some so the brush, I did not clean the brush off. It has some of the paint on it. Do I want some drips? Let's do a little bit here. All right, so let's go ahead. Okay, that's some math here that I'm gonna make larger with some white paint. This is a catalyst. I'm going to let this dry so that I can actually do some writing in it. Because I'm liking this. I'm going to add some dark. I need some dark, but I'm going to wait till this dries. So let's let this dry. Okay, so I pulled out some of this bark paper that I usually put on my pieces, and I may use that. This is pretty much dry. I want this darker. So I'm going to go back in and add some more paint. So let's add some white, add some more gray. Even though acrylic paint dries darker, it still didn't dry as gray as I want. Let me add some water. And this is just a piece of like large deli paper, wax paper. Add a tad of black in here. It's a little more gray. So let's see. I think it needs even more. That really came out. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's scoop some of that up, even if it doesn't cover the whole thing. Let's even put some black up top there. Okay. Composition-wise, you don't want it to cut the canvas right in half, so right in half would be there. That's why I have it come down a little bit more. Let's see what this does. Spreads the paint around a little bit. Let's see. what I'm doing with this is just giving some texture. I don't want it perfect. I like the imperfection, so maybe I need to get a different, I think someone left me a message saying that is a paper towel that doesn't leave marks. Same like with that. Leave some texture there. Then I don't like that right in the middle of the canvas. Okay. I can also that does a little bit better drips because it's darker. Okay. I'll add in some black up here. Again, I like very loose. I'm going to go in still with some white to put in my numbers, but okay, let's let that sit. And I'm still liking the color down here. Add a little bit more. There. All right, so we want to keep adding some texture to this before I do the white. I'm going to do the white in this really long brush. I can't find these brushes anymore, and this is an old one I got probably 7 years ago, and you know, it's even peeling, but it works for me. If you can find it, you can probably make one. But I'm going to keep adding some marks as underpainting. And some of that I'm going to rub out. I just want to keep adding texture to the painting. Interest. I don't want it to all have the same flow of idea. I want it to speak different words, so to say. So I'm just looking around, and I may even, let me just add some black over here, add some like black up here. Just very, maybe a little bit there. Okay. Is a fine line, and I speak of that, but I don't know, since moving, if this is even, okay, it's got, maybe we'll work with this. What's happening is they're all the same size, and I want differences. So okay, so far I like that. Let's say, so let's squirt a little bit of this here. Take our brush, and it's got to be very, very, very loose. I don't want maybe as much. Okay. Maybe just part of a 0. Okay, like that, and then maybe something. There. It's by feel. Okay, I'm liking that. It's got a little bit of there differences. You've heard me say that before. Differences is a key to how a painting will be appealing to the eye when people look at your painting. So maybe let this dry. Let me study it a little bit, see where we're at, see what we may want to do. There's my word that I always add on my painting. Down there. Let's see. Either this can be just enough, or maybe adding a touch of something here. But what I would want is this to be a different color. So there, just enough. So I've got a little bit of black there, a little bit of black there, and I think I'm going to add that in. And we add that and then see where we're going to go from there. So as I finish this painting, it's a 20 by 20 and I called it Quiet Calculations. And it's got a lot of drama, I feel, in it, and it goes with a lot of my themes of my neutral paintings. So it's got a lot of the things that I think work in a painting. Of course, that's my opinion of the differences. It's got values, different value tones of the grays. It's got different sizes of objects, all the things that I think help make a painting something that you might want to look at. So I hope you enjoyed this. So I'd love to hear what you're doing in your studio this week. Are you still painting the florals? Are you doing some black and whites? Will you even give this a try? Leave me a message on what you're doing for the holidays. I'd just love to hear from you. Until next time, thank you for joining me, and I really appreciate you being a part of my journey with me.